Hey people, Mike Martin's here with the Mike Martin channel. Thanks for joining, liking, subscribing, and all that jazz. Well, I've received a can you do a topic video. So I've received this topic quite a few times. And they're like, Mike, you should be following what all the big YouTubers are doing and what they're talking about when it comes to major current events and helping people out. Oh, okay. So I read the emails. Like, a lot of big channels now are telling people that they should leave the city. Leaving the city is key now and prominent if people want to succeed, if there is some sort of civil unrest or some breakdown in society or continuity of government falls and it's lawless and people loot and the streets get hit. You should be pushing people to get out of the cities, Mike. You gotta get your channel sharpened. You gotta get people to understand the dangers of being in the city. Well, I got some good news for you. So here it is. Leave Canada now, top 5 reasons. Get out of Toronto by 2020. Top 10 reasons why I left Toronto. You will be taxed to death. These are my 10 reasons why I left Toronto, and I used to live on Dufferin and St. Clair area. Middle class will be wiped out by 2018. Money laundering destroying young families. Get out of Surrey, Burnaby, U.S. Minister, Vancouver, mass exodus. My opinion, I'm making my exit out of Vancouver. The entire lower mainland is unaffordable. By the end of 2018, too much money is exiting Chinese shores. Get out while you still could afford. So Chinese investors were coming in and buying up properties and leaving them empty. Get out of the city. Cost of food and fuel getting out of reach. Basic housing overpriced 4 years ago. That one was 5 years ago. This one was 4 years ago. So there you go right there. We have been saying, get out now. Toronto mass exodus, housing crisis. They will tax you to death 4 years ago. And I talked about this. And then a month ago, I made a video that people are leaving the city of Toronto in mass exodus. Get out of Sydney now. Top 10 reasons. Get out of Sydney, Australia. Get out of Sydney. Get out of Sydney. Housing Australia out of reach 5 years ago. So we have been doing our part. Vancouver's getting destroyed. Housing is ruined. And so this is something that we've been taught. Look, young, middle class, young families must leave the big cities 5 years ago. So this is something. I left Vancouver because Vancouver left me. And I'm leaving Vancouver. I'm done. Basically done with the city. Things are getting way out of control. I was seeing it already. I wanted to throw this quick message out there to let you guys know, we've done even more cities. I have ones on get out of Portland, get out of Seattle, get out of this. And then our biggest one was Amerifornia, where America will turn into California entirely if the red states don't, keep up the Constitution, protect their First and Second Amendments, and all that jazz. And Amerifornia is basically, people are now using that and saying, oh, he's talking about Amerifornia. Well, yeah, well, Amerifornia is basically America turning into California. I coined that term a couple of years ago. But it's important. I kind of want to refresh this to state, yeah, we've been telling people to get out of the cities. I'm not, trying to bandwagon on other channels. I'm not trying to make, follow what other trends are doing and what they're saying. I already saw this long time ago. Beyond long time ago. I knew that they were going to tax us to death. So when I left Vancouver, I was looking around and the property taxes were okay, but the properties were over $1 million, $2 million for a basic home built after World War II, a piece of junk with a cracked foundation and needs a redo. Okay. So now that I'm here in my city, or my town, they say there's 7,000 people here. I don't believe that. But I believe the taxes and the cost of living has gone up here too. Did I bring the problem with me? Or is the problem expanding further out of reach? I'm 3 hours away from Vancouver. So 3-hour drive. So has that spread out this far? Yes, it has, and it's getting worse. Now, again, I'm paying $4,300 for property tax with a town with 2 stoplights, and $1,200 for garbage pickup, and then there's water is a couple of $100 for water. So, and they want to meter our water now. Okay, so that's where it's getting to right now. That's where things are headed. I've been telling people to get out of the city. I remember I was getting death threats from just people, and even companies were saying, you're going to make businesses harder for smaller, entrepreneurs that need employees to work there and this and that, and you are creating videos of disturbance that are not, nothing's going to happen in the cities. They're the most sound and perfect and safest placed and best policed areas to be in. And I got those emails from people. Now I'm making this video back to let you guys know, congratulations if you did leave the city. Congratulations if you got out of those hellholes. Congratulations, if you got smart with it and actually took my advice over all these years. Because I was the first pioneer to tell people, get the hell out of the cities now. And that's it, guys. I wanted to put this video up there and to bandwagon with all the other big channels that are sharpened and ready and up to beat and warning people about the cities. Anyways, guys, Mike Martins here. I have spoken.